Hello, Mercy Ships friends and family around the world. This is Bryce Wagner, the Executive Director of Global Corporate Partnerships, calling you from our Lausanne office in Switzerland. I want to just say I am so grateful to have the time to share with you the Leader Lens today. We have such an incredible organization. I am so encouraged and I'm so proud of every one of you. Without you, we could not do what we do. So I want to start off by telling you and reminding you about the three main things that we are focusing on as an organization. The first one is, how do we maximize our surgical output? This is the core of everything. How do we transform more lives? How do we bring more hope and healing? It is the reason we exist. And so that's something we need to keep at the forefront. The second thing we're focusing on as an organization is, how do we keep the focus on our community, and how do we keep our faith at its core? That means, how do we show with every smile, with every act of mercy, that we are driven by our faith to love and serve others? And the last one, and it's very coming close to home right now in our budget season, how do we show good stewardship in all we do? Good stewardship for me is, how do we invest our time, our energy, and the donations of our faithful partners and donors around the world in the most efficient and effective way? So what does that look like for my department, for Global Corporate Partnerships? Well, what do we do? Everybody can look quickly. Yeah, these guys, they go get us a lot more money. They also go out there and help us try to get more gifts in kind, get things donated so we don't have to pay for them. But that's what we do. It's not the why. The why is always the key, and we should start with the why. The why we exist is because we want to find partners who share a common purpose. Keeping our faith at the core means that we will not compromise on who we are as a Christian organization just to get money. That's clear. But the reality is, there are enough people out there, corporate partners, regardless of where they are at in their faith journeys, who understand who we are and want to join us in a common purpose. The goal behind that is, wherever they're at, it will also transform their lives. How does a global corporate partnership team spark mercy in our partners? I've got two examples, and I want to have my management team come and share, Sam and then Simone. Sam, over to you first, and then Simone, you crack on after that. So tell us, how are you sparking mercy?
Hi, I'm Sam, and I'm working for Global Corporate Partnerships. I'm responsible for the initiatives that we do with the industries. You probably heard of Cargo Day, and we're launching this year a new one called Yachting Day. And I want to talk to you about a specific partner that was sparked by mercy, because our statement and our department is to spark mercy in our partners so we share a common purpose. I want to talk to you about Roland from Monaco. We met him a few years ago, and when he heard about Mercy Ships, and especially hearing the stories of the patients and the crew that's volunteer, he was so amazed. He said, I want to make something big. So last year we organized a gala with him, and he wanted to present Mercy Ships, and he explained what Mercy Ships does. And this year we did it again in June, and this time his narrative changed. He said, look what we have done in Mercy Ships. We have provided surgeries. We have helped local healthcare professionals being trained. And he really got Mercy Ships like it's his. And this is so cool to see that, to experience that. And this year we raised over $400,000 at the event. He's on a roll. We're going to make it bigger and bigger. Thank you for what you do. You're sparking mercy.
Hi everyone, Simone Jones here. I'm the Director of Global Corporate Partnerships. I'm excited to support our national offices in so many different ways. Whether it's strengthening corporate relationships, building new opportunities, or creating tools to help you succeed. For example, I recently developed tailor pitch materials for Peter in Belgium when a donor was looking for a very specific opportunity. The support allowed him to walk into the meeting with confidence and respond directly to the donor's needs. I look forward to continue to partner with each of you as we expand the impact of our work together and spark mercy in so many other ways. Bye.
Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Simone. I want to loop back around now since we're in budget season on the whole aspect of stewardship and what it means. Being good stewards it actually aligns very much with our core values. We love God, we love and serve others, we're people of integrity, and we strive for excellence. We love God. What does money and integrity have to do with God? Hey, there's some really good parables in there. Go back and read the parable of the talents. You can see that God cares very much about what we do with what he's entrusted to us. We love and serve others. If we're finding people who have a common purpose and we're connecting them with what we're doing and giving them an opportunity to be a part of what God is doing in and through us to change lives in Africa, we are loving and serving them. We are people of integrity. That means we care about every dollar. We know that the money we have is, you could say it's God's money, but it's more than that. It is all of these faithful donors and partners around the world, their hard-earned money that they are entrusting and giving to us to use every penny of that in the best way. Being people of integrity means that in this budget season, we are turning over every rock, looking every single way that we could potentially save money on what we're doing, while still accomplishing all we need to do, programmatically, raising funds, but we need to see how can we save? How can we be good stewards in our actual budget process? The other thing that's interesting is that there's a mentality change that we need in the organization. We've actually been doing things a little bit backwards. We've come in the past with this idea that we figure out what the need is, and then we go out and we buy it. And then once we buy something, we can see maybe if we get some of it donated to gift in kind, great. It's less we have to buy. That's upside down. We need to turn that around and say, we need to plan far enough ahead to look at what is our need. Once we know the need, we need to say, can we get somebody to give that to us? Or even give us a big discount on it? That needs to be step number one. After that, anything we purchase, we can go resell. We can package it. We can get other people to pay for it, but we shouldn't start there. We need to start with gift in kind. That's a challenge, and it takes us working together in each of our departments. As you're creating your budgets moving forward, be looking in there and saying, hey, are there certain things in here, companies or products that we might be able to be donated? Please reach out to us. Our team is there to help and serve. We want to be able to look at how do we figure out first what the need is, look far enough in advance. Then we need to say, how can we work together with you to see if we can get that donated? First off, maybe a deep discount. If that's not the case, then we can say, okay, how are we going to sell it? How are we going to maybe do a naming opportunity for the new ship? That's getting money for something we've already bought. But that's step two in the process. And step three is whatever we have left, we're going to have to pay out of general funds, which is our donors' money. But let's see what we can do to be most efficient and effective moving forward. I was thinking about it the other day. I think as we're in our budget season, we're really laser focused on next year. I want to encourage you to do two things. I want you to act and now, but plan for the long term. Here's a good example. Many of you probably are parents. I'm a father. I've got 2 kids. They haven't found their life partner yet. And so I got convicted that maybe I need to kind of work with them to help them plan way down the road, even though they don't have anybody yet, and say, what are you looking for in a life partner? What are the top things you're saying are non-negotiables? I have to have that. Next, what are things you'd like to have? And then also very important are, what are the deal breakers? What is something in a life partner that I'm thinking, nah, I'm not even gonna court this idea. And the reality I found out, I was thinking about that the other day. My daughter doesn't have anybody right now, but right now is the time to ask that question. If you wait until one of my kids has a girlfriend or boyfriend, it's going to paint their perspective. You're going to try to paint that picture to match that person. Plan ahead. Plan for what we need to do, not just for this next year, our budget season, but farther out. So then that way we can create our list of criteria of what we need to go after, how we're going to get it, and then be good stewards of what we've got. With God's help, we can do miracles. We can change the world, bring hope and healing, and be good stewards in this next season. Thank you so much. God bless. Keep cracking on.